Picture yourself at the edge of a high diving board. No matter how many times you've jumped off, you still feel those little butterflies before you take the leap. Why is it that no matter how many times we've done something before, we often feel that twinge of fear before jumping in? It's because fear is wired into who we are, but that doesn't mean it has to stop us from achieving our goals, because we choose a different path. And that is why the afraid don't get paid. Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be hosting another episode. Today, I have such a special guest, a past client of mine, someone I absolutely adore in this space. Welcome to the show, Khalea. How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm good. I am good. So excited.
I'm so glad you're here and to share just how you're doing, what you're up to, and talk a little bit about how you really have blossomed into your coaching business. So we're going to get right into it. I would love if you would just start off by, of course, sharing a little bit more about who you are and the business that you run.
Yeah, of course. So I am a dating and relationship coach, and I help single Christian women to be able to properly position themselves to be found by the man that God has for them. Because when I was in my single season, guys, I was struggling. I was out here settling for guys that did not deserve my time. And so I just love helping women to level up, increase their confidence, and become irresistible to high quality godly men.
Yes. I mean, this is such a good topic. If I were single, I would probably need your help just because your heart is in the right place. Your strategies and how you really pour into women's souls and really uplift them to find men. I think it's so phenomenal and I love it. I really want to jump back and set the scene to the story of how you found me when you first started working with me within Direct Message to Profit. And if you could share that with the audience, because it's such a funny but awesome story. And it's also very real as to how a lot of people will often make decisions of buying. So share the story with us.
Yeah, that's so good. So I was actually up late one night. I was so frustrated, guys. I was frustrated because I knew I had something on the inside of me that could change this world, right? Like that could change my clients' lives. But like I was getting on sales calls, and I had gotten on over 40 sales calls, and like I was just tired of not being able to sign as many clients as I wanted to sign. And so I found Candace on it was Jerisha Hawk's story. And she was bragging about Candace, how she was one of the best DM sales coach. And I believe that's very true. She is one of the best DM sales coaches. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. And so I clicked over to her page and I just started binge watching her videos. And I was like, yes, she is exactly what I need. And I messaged her and I literally enrolled just like that. Like, because I was like, yeah, this woman knows what she's talking about.
That is the power of live video. And I love it that you were like, you had reached an amount of pain, a certain level of pain where you're like, nah, this is not it. This is not it, sis. I am done. And you know what you bring to the table. But it was really within, I think, and what I'm always telling clients and why we're always positioning ourselves to be found, to enroll clients through that live video, through that stuff on our feed. It's so important because here you are. I did not know you.
Yes, at all.
Someone else watched those live videos, right? And then made the decision to buy.
Yes.
And I think that's just so powerful. So tell us a little bit more about you mentioned 40 sales calls. I think I just want to say that shows
oh my God.
your tenacity. That shows how much, passion you had for your business, but it also shows like that is frustrating. And there are other ways than to sit there, not knowing how to do something. So tell us a little bit more about some of the things you were experiencing prior to enrolling in the program around sales calls, just your mindset, some of the doubts and maybe fears and before you enrolled.
Yeah. So I I was struggling with my prices, and I knew the transformation that I could get. I was struggling with enrolling clients, with my content, being able to make the shift in my client's mind that
Mm,
to buy. Like, I
right.
was struggling, and I was like, I'm going to make this business work. I'm determined to make this business work. It's going to work somehow. And I knew that I needed more help. I knew I needed more help. I had invested in, I think, 3 amazing business coaches, but it wasn't like for the step that I was at, like I needed more. All
Mm-hmm.
my business coaches have been amazing, but I'm like, I need someone who can help me to sell the right way, because this is not working for me. And so I was like, I just need a change. And so I got my husband on board, and I got into direct message to profit, and it was everything that I needed.
I love it. Wait, let's dig a little deeper. This pricing,
Yeah.
right? Because there's a big belief out there that, oh, you just slap a price on things, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you just decide whatever, and it doesn't matter, and just you go with it. But then what happens when you get objections, right? Pricing is like the
Mhm.
one of the biggest parts of our business, and if we don't get that right, if we don't feel confident around that and certain around that, and some of that takes time, patience, and grace, it can really hinder us from making money. So I would love if you could dig deeper into, like, and you don't have to give us numbers
Mhm.
necessarily, but what was your mindset around pricing before? And then what really shifted once you started working within the program, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So my mindset was, oh my gosh, people aren't going to pay this, or, people are already saying no to me now. Like, how am I going to increase my prices? And so it's like, you really helped me to level up in my mindset. Like, you don't even know how much you've helped me. And just the belief that it is worth, charging that, and then
Mhm.
positioning it properly, that okay, this is definitely worth this, to where I had clients like coming in my DMs like, how do I buy? How do I buy? And it was my positioning, and you helped me so much with that, and just to having a mindset shift. And I love how you said that a woman that you had looked up to, she invested in programs not just because she wanted the strategies, but she wanted to be able to think like those people. And so
Yeah.
you're like, that was so powerful, and that's so true. Like, if you love somebody's mindset or something, invest into their program so that you can start thinking like them. And that's exactly what you helped me to start doing. Like, I understand, we're always told like the sky's the limit, but I really
Mhm.
see it because you helped me to level up so much.
Yes. Tears running down my eyes because I'm like, that's huge right there. And something I'm really going deeper into in 2021 is, I can give you so many strategies, right? We
Mm,
can talk pricing, sales, conversations, live video all day. But if you don't really elevate your thinking, your ability to see more for yourself and do more for yourself and make decisions with ease, right? Without delay,
yeah,
you're not going to have the business that you desire. You're still going to be stuck. And so I love that quote. Every person that I've invested with, yeah, I want their strategies, but I'm like, how the hell are you thinking on that level?
yeah.
Right? How the heck, pardon my language, are you thinking on a $1 million launch level? What? I can't even fathom it, right? So
Yes.
I think that's so powerful when you put yourself in rooms with others, to elevate your thinking. Yes.
Oh yeah.
And so I want to talk a little bit more about this idea of positioning, right?
Hmm.
Because you are when I again, from when you first started working with me to where you're at now, I mean, I already knew you were powerful and could get people results, but you have really, and just looking at your feed, positioned
Hmm.
yourself on a more sophisticated level
Yeah.
where I'm like, wow, I would pay top dollar to work with her. And the proof is in the pudding. You've got this beautiful relationship. So talk to me a little bit more about that shift in your marketing, your messaging, your content, and even the confidence that comes with that.
Yeah, so there's just been a shift in like my mindset of how to talk in a more dynamic way, how to communicate more dynamically, because like you're
Ooh,
always talking about, the market is sophisticated, right? And so people in the way they make their buying decisions, it's so important that you are hitting them at every level. And so that's something that you really taught me to do. Like this person right here may not even understand that, she wants a godly relationship. And so then you
right.
have this woman over here, and she's like, okay, I'm hurting. I'm looking for a solution. She's looking for a solution. And so then you have somebody that's ready, and you need to be able to understand how to speak to each person with where they're at in your marketing. And so that was something huge that you opened up my eyes to, and exactly how to do that. And not only that, but to be yourself.
Yes.
To
Right? Because you
be
don't have to
yourself.
fake and be anyone else to make money.
Yeah. You don't have to copy anyone else. You don't have to be anybody else, but be you, and be comfortable and confident in sharing that, because then you're going to attract more people that are like you, those ideal dreamy clients.
Yes, 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 yes. I love it. You are
Yeah.
speaking my language. I think I need to invite you back to teach a class so these folks don't think it, because here you are talking about making decisions to buy, speaking to different people. I think, and something also I'm really wanting to speak more to in this year is ditching the status quo or the templatized scripted way around how to talk to people,
Ooh,
how to market, because people are so dynamic. We have
yeah,
so many different experiences, pains, fears. And so if you don't learn how to communicate on that level in your natural, authentic way, you're really going to miss out. You're going to leave money on the table. You're not going to know how to convert, right? And
right.
so when we speak of this positioning, you guys and who are listening, you have to ask yourself, how are you being seen and heard?
Mhm.
What messages are you sending out there in the internet, right? On the internet. And is that landing with people? Are people buying? Are people responding, engaging?
Right.
And if the answer is no, you have a positioning, a content, a marketing problem, and you must
Mhm.
solve for this, because this is the first step to making money, right? Making
Yeah.
sales. And something really beautiful about the things that I'm teaching in my program is, obviously we want clients to get results within the container, but these are lifelong skills that you can then go on and build upon and master, right?
Yes.
Learning how to communicate will always be with you. Learning how to sell, learning how to market, learning how to show up for your business will always be with you. I think, and what most people want here is, again, direct message to profit is a DM sales program, but
Hmm.
as we already talked about, positioning, pricing, marketing,
Yeah.
right? There's a live video, so it's more than that. But let's talk about these DMs, right? Let's talk about these DMs. How were
Yeah.
you before enrolling into the program with conversations? Tell us, give us a tea.
Oh my goodness. Like I let me just tell you guys first, like I'm so grateful that I came across Candace, like, because DMs, guys, like if anybody knows how to teach you how to be a beast in the DMs, it's Candace. And so I feel so confident just in my everyday life in DMs, with clients, with collaborations. Like what she teaches you is not just some cookie cutter type strategies. Like you can take this, it's really the ability to communicate. And communication is one of those skills that if you know how to communicate effectively, let me tell you, you will be rolling in the cash, okay? And so like DMs, like from these skills I've learned, like I've enrolled clients, and I've also been able to do collaborations, amazing collaborations. But I had to know how to come correct in the DMs to
Yep.
secure these collaborations.
Right. And not only coming correct, meaning etiquette and knowing how to pitch yourself, but also the confidence
Yes.
to put yourself out there to say, hey, I want to collab with you. Hey, I want to do this thing with you, right?
Yeah.
If you lack the skills of understanding who to even talk to, how to reach out to them, and you don't have that practice, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Saying the afraid don't get paid. And so underlying all of this strategy is really the ability to step outside of your comfort zone,
Ooh,
step outside of the fear,
yeah.
and really be bold with conversations, because they can take you so many ways in different avenues,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is just beautiful, right?
Yes, yes. So, so, so beautiful. It's such a powerful tool to learn, and it is something that you need to work on perfecting over time. And really, that boldness and confidence, like just because you may be like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous to slide into somebody's DMs, and but it's like, who told you? Who told you that it's weird or anything like that that you may be feeling? And so it's like really understanding, why do I feel this way about, sliding into this person's DM?
About having conversations,
Yeah,
right? On
about having
social media.
conversations. Yeah, and it's like, because they like, it has been so beautiful, the conversations that I've been able to have, even through people that, like, weren't my ideal clients or something like that, but being
Ooh,
able to help people. It's so powerful, and one thing that I love that you taught us is through the way that we talk to people, through the way that you teach us to do it, it helps them, even if they
yeah,
buy or they don't buy, because you are opening up their minds to, okay, yeah, my thinking is off, but nobody's been bold enough to tell me that.
right. I love it.
Yeah.
That right there. I just want to dive deep, because here's the thing, and we all want to make this money, right? In the DMs and all online and monetize everything, right? We want to get rich.
Yes.
But let's just break it down to, not everyone is going to buy, right?
Hmm.
Not everyone's going to buy right now, or some may never buy.
Yeah.
And that, of course, frustrates a lot of entrepreneurs. But the beauty, and for those who particularly don't buy now, but often buy later,
Hmm.
is when you're having conversations, if you're bold enough to help them shift their perspective and their mindset, that does most of the work for you.
Yes.
And half the time they're like, no coach has
Ever.
ever been this bold and this real, this honest.
Yeah.
We're hiding behind our phones trying to enroll people. Well, not us, not people in my program, but
Yeah.
others are hiding behind their phones trying to enroll people with scripts,
Yeah.
surface
Can't
level
do it.
conversations, right? Being impatient and rushing the process.
Mhm.
And we're not saying this always takes forever to enroll people, right? Some
Yeah.
people are like, I'm in this a fit. But with communication and something you mentioned, it comes back to being dynamic,
Oh,
knowing which way to go and flow. And that's something that is not scripted. That's something that comes from confidence, that comes from knowing your worth, your pricing, your everything in your
yeah.
business, right?
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit more about, because we're talking about all of the possibilities with DMs.
Hmm.
Again, I'm just so blessed to have had you in the program and then see you shining now and doing all these things, because when you first came to me, I don't even think you were probably like, yeah, I'm gonna be crushing it and doing master classes, paid events, and
Yeah.
having collaborations with people. So talk to us a little bit more about how you're able to secure some of these awesome things that people want and desire, right?
Mhm.
Either from a perspective of confidence to do that, or some of the strategy, like, again, collaborations, you're just showing up boldly and beautifully. Where does that,
Yeah.
talk to us about a little bit more about where that comes from?
Yeah, is it okay if I share some free tea with them, Candace?
Of course.
Let me share some free tea with you guys. You have to divorce yourself from the outcome.
Ooh. Ooh, I love that.
You have to divorce yourself from the outcome. And so you've really helped me to level up my mindset. And I've just been divorcing myself from the outcome. And really, you have to start seeing yourself as, I am just as good as the next person.
Mm,
Just because they have more followers than me, just because they have this or that, sis, you are on the same playing field, okay? And so
yes.
you have to divorce yourself from the outcome. And so I've just been going after things and being bold about it because I divorced myself from the outcome. And you do that in DMs and you do that in selling. Listen, you're going to be a beast, because it's like, oh, you didn't buy from me? That's cool. Like, there's millions of other people out there, and that
Mm,
pulls people towards you.
I love that, right? So in divorcing yourself from the outcome, because often when we don't do that, it's this needy, nasty energy. We
Yes.
can feel it like, stop trying to close me. You're desperate. God.
Yes.
But when you're very divorced, or we can even just say patient and willing. And again, that next level CEO, people are like, I don't feel pressured. I feel empowered.
Yes.
I don't feel pressured. I feel ready. I feel called to. Like, she's pulling me in, by almost maybe even repelling me. Like, it's okay if you don't want to buy, right?
Yeah.
I love that. And I think that speaks to your growth in your business around, not to say you were, needy before, but as you have just evolved, you realize that this playing field is so large.
Yes.
There's so many opportunities online and social media. People are needing help every day, pandemic or no pandemic, right?
Yes.
Your people are out there. I mean, and you're crushing it on Instagram as well. I mean, not Instagram, pardon me. You are on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
You're crushing it on Facebook as well. You've got your Facebook group. You're in the private messages there, right? You've got multiple platforms to find your people, and your people can find you.
Yes.
And so it's not a question of, are they ever going to find me? It's really the divine timing.
Yeah.
And when they're going to find you, right?
Oh, yeah. Because there's more than enough. There's more than enough. And so you have to start operating out of abundance if you want to be successful. And you have to say, there's more than enough for me. There's more than enough for her. There's more than enough for him. And you know what? There's more than enough left over after that.
Yes. Abundance. It's overflowing. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So a couple last questions. Give the audience, tell us a little bit more about some fun things you may have coming up. Any more master classes or events, or what do you got brewing for, the next month or so as we have just started the new year?
Yeah, so I am actually doing another live event. And I'm doing a challenge. You guys can find me on Facebook. I'm doing a challenge. It's the Attract Your Godly Man Challenge. And so it's how to attract the man that God has for you. So those are a few things that I've got brewing up.
When is that challenge? Tell us.
Yeah, so it starts on Sunday. But I'll be having them rolling consecutively. But yeah, so it's only for 5 days. And then so you have to make sure to engage, and then I take it down.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on today. And are there any last words of wisdom, any tea you want to spill, anything you want to share with people who are on this journey of trying to level up their mindset, their business in 2021?
Yeah, I want to let you guys know, like, the only way that you can fail is if you quit. And so one of my mentors said, I don't fail, I only get results. And so if you don't quit, you're not going to fail. Like, this business thing is not easy, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And so just take the mindset on of, I don't fail, I only get results. And force yourself from the outcome.
Ooh, these could be t-shirts. I don't fail, I only get results. Period. That is a great way to end the show. Tell us where they can find you on social media, website, all the jazz. I'll, of course, have it in the show notes, but let us know.
Yeah, guys. So you can find me on Instagram at Khalea Cooper. And then you can find my Facebook group that I have. It's called Professional Single Christian Women Desiring to Be Found. But I know that's really long. So just look me up at Khalea Cooper, and it's in my info.
Right. Well, you are out there. You're visible. You're seen and heard. And that is just what I've wished for you. And you're shining as I knew you would. And I'm so glad to have worked with you in the program. And thank you so much for coming on the show today, Khalea. This has been awesome, awesome, awesome.
Of course. Yes.
If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to tag me on social media. Everything will be in the show notes. And don't forget to leave a review. And when you're ready, go ahead and visit me at www.candacechatman.com/workwithme to learn more about my private one-on-one mentorship, where I teach coaches how to make selling more effective, efficient, and fun.